Andy, first of all, what an afternoon.
Yeah, electric start. We said that we had to start fast, which we have been doing here. We got on the front foot, scored 2 early goals. The game became a little bit scrappy then for the rest of the first half, and they had a spell. But we knew what we had to do today against them. Out of possession, we had to do all the basics to a really high level. We had to be ultra competitive without being silly and giving free kicks away. We had to win duels, we had to run after people, we have to get blocks, and we had to stop balls coming in the box. And we did a manful job of that. And when we got the ball, we had to play our game, which is something we spoke about pre-game. We had to impose ourselves on them. Otherwise, they dominate the game and how they want to play. So delighted with the start. Good clean sheet. And the lads now get a couple of days off to recover and reflect on where we're at, and we'll attack the rest of the games coming up.
How vital was that start, particularly with James's early goal?
Always helps, always helps when you score early. It settles everyone's down. It gives the crowd some impetus as well. So I thought the crowd were fantastic today. Created a really good atmosphere. But it's credit to all the players. I've not changed the team too many times in the last 4 or 5 games. So for the lads to keep going, I just felt we've got momentum. We've got belief in ourselves and what we're doing. So go again, and they've gone back to the well, so to speak, and they've left everything out on the pitch as they do every single week. So a credit to them.
Jamie Proctor's goal is the one that gets people off their seats as well, but from a management point of view, I imagine you were thinking at 2-0 that kind of gives you that little extra buffer.
Yeah, incredible finish from Proc, but again, he was a doubt going into the game, but incredible performance from him to put his body through that again, and take the battering he does, but he brings so much to the team for us. So yeah, delighted he's got a goal as well, because from a centre forward's point of view, it's great doing all that work in it, but they thrive on goals. So delighted he scored. Willow's a little bit sore in a particular region from the goal, so I'm sure he'll be fine later.
Does he do that in training a lot?
Who?
Proctor.
All the time, yeah. regular scorer of bicycle kicks and whatever else. Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, the second half was a lot different from the first. There was a lot of physicality in there. I know that you had a few confrontations on the bench as well. There was a point where it looked like it might have boiled over. How big an issue was it to try and maintain your professionalism at that stage?
Well, I've just apologised to the lads as well for my part in that. I asked them to show composure, because there's always going to be spells in the game that's what it was like. So yeah, they had to be really competitive, but have an element of composure as well. Otherwise, we would get embroiled in the game. We didn't want the game to be like. So yeah, credit to them. No, you have to commit fouls at the right time as well, to stop quick transitions, and we've certainly brought that into our game over the last 3 or 4 games. So yeah, ultra competitive as we expected the game. They've done incredibly well, and I'm sure they're going to be competitive right to the end of the season. And we wish them well next week for the Papa John's final.
The management staff's always said it's about winning games in different ways. The past 5 games or so, you've won games in very, very different ways. How does that feel, knowing that the work that you're putting in is bearing fruit now?
It's credit to the players. They have to go and implement what we're asking them to do. You have to win over a 46-game season. You have to find a way, don't you? You have to find a way of winning, whether that's silky football or getting battered for 90 minutes and winning 1-0, and they feel just as good as well. So yeah, so we'll reflect on this month. It's been a good points total in terms of when we started the month, to get 14 points and a few more clean sheets, and it sets up as now they can go away from here and enjoy a couple of days with their families, and then we'll come back in next week and we'll approach the next game in exactly the same manner.
Just a quick word on Tom Pett. You lost him early on. How's he?
Yeah, tight hamstring. Hopefully we got him off at the right time.
Looking at the way that the season could go, I know you don't do that, but the atmosphere around the place, there's a genuine sense of belief amongst the supporters at the very least that this team's capable of doing something. What is it like from your perspective?
Yeah, we've got belief. We've always had belief that this group are so reliable in everything they do. So yeah, they'll enjoy tonight, and we'll focus on the next game.